Hi. I just thought about something. The idea of can you get sick thinking about something? Let's take a look at that. A lot of people say that's mumbo jumbo. Is there any truth in the fact that if you think about something, it can have a health effect on your life? Well, truth is, yes, it can, and sometimes in a big way. Also, being sick can have a giant effect on your mental state too. So what do? Well, find out just what is going on. Let's take a look and let's think about this for a second. The human mind controls just about everything in our body, probably everything. And is it not true that thoughts lead to actions? You can think about going hiking, then you do it. You think about going to get a chicken dinner, you do it. The mind influences the body to action. Our muscles move, our blood flows, and soon we're getting whatever we wanted to do done. Conversely, if we feel bad and our minds tell us to rest, go take an aspirin, put our feet up, right? We do it. Okay. Well, that's so far so good. But did you know that a simple yeast infection can make you eat beyond what your body actually needs? A yeast can actually control our minds. Morbidly obese people are often infected with candida. And this candida yeast can cause you to lose the ability to know when you're full. The yeast just simply overrides those nerves in your stomach and all the connections to your brain, and it allows the person to gorge. And it literally has nothing to do with your willpower. What's worse is there's a virus that's been discovered lately that infects cats, and it can infect people, and primarily women. And the strange thing is, they can have absolutely no fear of any situation. In the case of mice, scientists have found that ordinary, plain, smart mice completely ignore the scent of cats, and they actually fail to hide in the sight of a hungry cat. In the case of women who are infected with this particular virus, they're driven to take risks in their lives that they would normally not take. And a lot of times they may find themselves in situations that they really should have avoided, all because of this particular infection. Well, what about food or the lack thereof? People with low blood sugar seem to function as if they're from another planet, with the basic loss of logic or direction, and commonly they lose a very real sense of direction and cannot even find their way home. Well, what does this have to do with thinking that one is sick and getting that way? Well, psychosomatic distress diseases can create in a person's mind that something is true about one's health, and soon that person they're actually expressing those very real symptoms of the disorder of which they believe they're the victim. Now, this is very close to a condition called Munchausen's disorder, and that's where people make themselves sick for the pity of others, and that is based upon reading too much material on the internet about some disease or picking up a lot of information from friends, and you're convinced that you now have some disorder. The people actually become sick, the symptoms are fake, but they closely mimic the actual disease. It's frightening. I guess maybe we're not all that way. No. Most, no. But there are many people who truly believe that they'll get the flu without a flu shot every year. Yet recently, scientists have proved that virtually all flu vaccines are completely ineffective, since the flu strains that are making up that vaccine have mutated 50 or 20 times since the vaccine was created. Yet the people who fail to get their flu shots often become deathly ill. believing that they have the flu since I could die without my shot. And I've heard this from many old people. The media also does a wonderful job on us with this regard. They convince us that got to get the flu shot. But in the science really behind this, the head-body relationship or tipping reality is there. It's absolutely there. It's used every day in medical research with the placebo effect. Our brains are so powerful and so capable of producing powerful chemicals that when people are given a simple, inert, and ineffective pill for some disorder, much of the time, at least 50%, these people see positive results. And the pill is totally inert. Can this have an effect on our mood? Well, the yeast story has another sad twist. People lose self-esteem as they gain weight beyond their control. In essence, they become depressed. In general, most obese people suffer from some level of depression. Well, here's a great opportunity to medicate for that. And many obese people are put on depression pills, various kinds of prescriptions, and now they're on the medical treadmill. Shortly, they actually have to get their cholesterol down. So now they're fed statins and very other horrible materials that you have to take because you're taking statins. You see, that way statins can actually feed depression. You get the picture? Wow. Another factor for believing it is so it's so is aging. Have you ever heard anyone say he needs to act his age? Sure, but everybody's heard that. Well, what does that mean? What does it mean exactly? It means that one must conform to a stereotype of some decrepit old person and restrict their activities and definitely restrict their dreams. But you and I know the sad truth. Inactivity breeds despair and a loss of desire to be active. Remember, the rocking chair kills more people than old people falling off mountains while they're hiking or climbing. Personally, I resent being told that I have to conform. I will not let someone else's idea dictate that my mind needs to be shut down along with my body just because of my age. Okay, I look old. I say to them, get over it. My body, being in shape, sends good chemicals to my brain. So do not convince myself that I'm too old or too sick to move. No medication can take the place of a can-do attitude, but plenty of meds, can-do attitude is flushed. I watched my favorite 100-year-old aunt become a drug zombie in a nursing home very quickly because she demanded her daily newspaper and a chance to visit with the other ladies up and down the hall. Within 2 weeks of being admitted, she merely stared at the wall and mumbled. She'd driven herself to the house, from the house there to check in to this nursing facility at 100. Her family allowed the medication because the home refused to keep her because she was a busybody and she talked all the time. They always said, well, the doctor's right. He's the doctor. Yeah, he's part of the sainthood. Right. Keep your mind and your body. Do not allow inactivity to create an inactive mind that sends out inactive signals. Inactivity spawns inactivity, but activity spawns activity. We're fully capable of going down the right road, read, think, talk, and communicate with others every single day. Argue over something. Argue over something that you're passionate about, and don't ever give up. It's good for you. Until next time, be well.